great stores in downtown Hayes. That's a wonderful store to go into. And then you just go around the corner and there's Messenger Catholic Books. So great stores in downtown Hayes. We have $100 gift certificate to Hickok Steakhouse, donated by Oscar Ryan, Greg Whitehair, and Damian Hoare, owners. And Hickox has some great food. I think my husband's favorite there is the chicken fried steak. I like their meatloaf. I also like their chicken, so it's very good. Okay, we got an anonymous donor. I just got this in. An anonymous donor gave us donated $1,000. Well, thank you so much. I don't know, Nathan, does that use all of our matching funds? Where are we at in matching funds now is what I need to know. So thank you so much, because we want to use those matching funds in this next hour, because after that they're gone and we don't want that to happen. So I'll ask Nathan to give me an update on that. The other prizes that you'll receive is a Men's Divine Mercy radio shirt in the appropriate size and the logo of the Divine Mercy radio station you're in, and a woman's Divine Mercy radio shirt with the appropriate size and logo of wherever radio station you are in. Those are kind of neat. Those are very neat. Um, let's see. All $500 donors receive the above. They'll be in the drawing for the above prizes. Plus, they can receive, and no, but there's not a lot of people that take advantage of this. You can have a 60-second spot celebrating a loved one's birthday, an anniversary of a death, and a baptism, wedding, graduation, virtually any celebration. Or you can. The other thing is, if you give the $1,000, like this anonymous donor just did, they'll receive two tickets to the annual banquet, which will be held Saturday, September 7th in Hayes, and Sunday, September 8th in Colby. And our guest speaker will be Catholic Answers apologist Joe Heschmeyer. So that should be a great evening. That's always a really great evening of fun. It's just neat to get together and have a dinner with like-minded people, and everyone's just so appreciative of everybody else, and it's just a wonderful evening. Our banquets are always a lot of fun. And I'm not in charge this year, so it'll be even more fun, right? So let's see. I don't know if our next guests are here. Are our next guests here? If not, we should get those sisters back in. I see Father Rich is still out there. I might have to grab him to come in here and help me fill this hour if our next guests aren't coming or are late. Okay, it looks like we've used all of our matching funds. Tyler should be on but there should be more than Tyler here, right? Is there more than Tyler here? Hunter and Alex. The other two are running late. Okay. Well, I'll just wait to talk to Tyler. Well, let me see. Is this typical for college students? Tyler, are you there?
I am.
Tyler, my name's Donetta Robin. I'll be doing the interview. Your two colleagues are late. Is that typical for college students?
Oh, not usually.
Not usually, yeah. They must have just ran into some snag. So I'm not going to introduce you quite yet. I'm going to give out a trivia question and see if we can get a winner, and hopefully they'll get in the studio here real quick. They probably couldn't find the studio. That has been a problem in the past. So
yeah.
Okay, here it is. Here's the trivia question. This is for children 16 and under. This is very easy. If you get this, get your finger ready on the dial. 785-621-4110. What is the first sacrament we receive? Is it first communion, confirmation? Oh, don't tell the answer. It's for 16 and under.
They don't need
First,
to know.
oh, look, the phone's already ringing. Yeah, they already know. So that's all they have to do is answer that question, and then their name gets in a drawing for a $50 gift certificate to Messenger Catholic Books and gifts in downtown Hayes. So your two colleagues just came in. So we got,
Oh, good.
who do we have here?
I'm Hunter.
Oh, you're Hunter. Okay.
Yes, and I'm Alejandra.
Okay, scoot up to the microphones and I'll turn your mics up. Okay, with us in the studio, we have two Focus missionaries in the studio and one on the phone. Hunter, Alex, and Tyler are all students at Fort Hays State University. They recently went on a mission trip to Peru with a Focus team, Focus being the Fellowship of Catholic University Students, and they serve on college campuses across the United States. Is it in the world or is it just the United States? Focus.
I think it's some places in the world.
Okay. And what they do is they try to bring students to Christ on college campuses. So they're firing up our young people. Yay. Since I have grandchildren who are in that age group. So, first of all, it wasn't just Focus missionaries who went, right? It was Catholic disciples who went to Peru.
Yeah, so there are 4 Focus missionaries at Fort Hays, and then the rest, I think it was 25 people who went on the trip.
Yeah, 2025.
Okay.
Yeah.
I heard there were some obstacles in trying to get there.
Yeah.
You want to start with that?
Yeah, sure. So we
Get the microphone kind of close to you.
we got delayed in Denver for a day. I think it was like 13 hours. And then we got to Miami and were delayed again. We just missed our flight. Like they took off like 2 minutes after we got to the the boarding.
Gate?
Yeah,
and
that's what it's called.
it wasn't just us too. It was a group from South Dakota that was also going. They had there's colleges going as well, and yeah, when they got there, they're like they left with 75 open seats. So like it's gonna take too much time to get you guys and to get them also on the plane. And then there was also a couple of people who missed it as well, and they're just like, it's gonna take too much time, and we want to fly on time. So good luck, I guess.
So you're stuck in Denver?
We were stuck
In
in Miami.
In Miami.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we were stuck in both places.
Okay. So what happened in Denver?
We just got a really nice hotel actually, and then just stayed the night, and then we spent the rest of the day at the airport.
So did the airline help you with that hotel?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, because I was going to say you guys probably just barely had enough money to get to Miami.
Yeah, they got us food vouchers, and then I think the hotel they paid for, and it was nice. This thing was pretty big. It was the Gaylord?
Yeah,
Gaylord
the
Hotel?
Gaylord Hotel
It was
and resort.
Mhm.
It was
Yeah.
a pretty bougie place.
Yeah.
Tyler, you can jump in anytime.
Well, they seem to have it covered pretty well.
So then what did you do in Miami when you missed that flight?
Um,
So you missed the flight in Denver and then you missed the flight in Miami, right?
Yeah, well, the flight in Denver got delayed, and so we
delayed.
missed our first
Mhm.
flight from
Mhm.
Miami, and
Yeah.
then just because like the delays and everything,
Okay.
and then we missed the second one because the plane didn't get there in time. And so we spent, I think,
2.5 days.
in Miami, and we just hung out at the beach. We walked around.
Yeah,
There
we were all tan now.
we prayed a few holy hours on the beach. That was really cool.
Mhm.
Uh,
Sunrise on
yeah.
the sunrise.
Watched the sunrise.
Yeah.
Mhm.
We just walked around. We ate at this cafe. It was like, I don't actually know.
I don't actually know the name,
Is
but
it-
we stopped there a lot.
Yeah, we ate at like one place. It was this like beach tropical cafe thing that very like Cuban. It was pretty good. It was-
Yeah.
yeah, and we just
So you
Great.
had a limited amount of days, right? Did you get to Peru and be able to spend
Mhm.
any time there?
Yeah, we got to Peru on Wednesday. Well, what happened was, I'll tell you a little story on this.
Okay.
It's Tuesday. It's like 11 midnight, and to get us all on the plane, they had us split up in 3 groups. I think the first group was like 5, the next 2 were like 10, and so Alex, what group were you?
I was in the first one, so
Okay, and I
There
was
was,
on
like,
the third one.
4 of us, I think.
Yeah, and so they got all on there, and then and they flew out, and kind of told them goodbye.
If you
Good
guys,
luck.
Let's see. Do we have 2 headsets? Yes. If you put
yes.
on your headset, you can hear Tyler
Oh, cool.
because I think he wants to
Um,
jump in every now and then.
Okay.
He doesn't want to give it all to the girls.
So, how are we gonna
Hey,
get it over here?
They're telling great stories.
Okay. He
Is it-
says you're
is it
telling
gonna
great
reach?
stories. I'm.
Whoa.
Uh-oh.
I don't know if this one. Oh,
I don't-
wanna
yeah.
put this
Okay,
around the bar
Can
thing?
one of you at least put it on? Put one on.
Here, you
There
try
you
first.
go. We're getting the headphones set, Tyler, but
Maybe you try this one.
it'll
'Cause
go.
I'm too far away.
My head's really big, so okay.
You could scoot closer to the door, maybe. And these things,
move.
the microphones just swing. So,
Okay.
and maybe that way you can, because it would be neat if we can all listen.
All right.
Okay, Tyler,
Got
say
it?
something and see if they can hear you.
Hello.
Oh,
Oh,
hi,
it's
Tyler.
very quiet, but it's there.
Okay. Okay, very good. So, you got to Peru, and then what happened?
Well, before Peru, we weren't sure we were all gonna make it on the same day. Tuesday, they had split us in 3 groups, and so the first group, Alex's group, they all got on. You guys got there Wednesday morning, sometime, and so there's 2 of us left, 2 groups left, and so for my group, I'm the 3rd group, so they were like trying to get us on standby. We got on standby, which means you have to wait and see if we could go with the second group. And as we're waiting there, we're all like, the plane was like packed and supposedly maybe overbooked. So we weren't sure if we were going to get on there in time, but we were the first 9 spots on standby. And so we're all just waiting. It's like midnight. We're tired and we just really want to all get to Peru Wednesday morning. And we're sitting and praying. And then all of a sudden we were just like texting each other and we're like, we got on the plane. We're on with you guys. And we got on there and they're all cheering for us. We're really excited. And then we get on the plane and then they somehow lost luggage. So we're sitting on the plane for 2 hours. It's 2 a.m. We just wanted to leave. And they were able to luckily get all the luggage and everything situated. And then we flew out and got to Peru at 8 in the morning, I think. Some of us didn't even sleep on the plane. We couldn't sleep. Some of us were out. But yeah, we got there like 8 in the morning, and then they had us bring our suitcases up to our rooms, and then we ate breakfast, and they're like, all right, it's time to go head out, go work. And we're like, all right, here we go.
So, no sleep, and you start working right away.
Mhm.
So much for your time on the beach. I hope you enjoyed it. So, what kind of work did you do?
We built a retaining wall out of like cement, I think is what it was.
Yeah.
And then we just hung out with the families that were there.
Yeah, played with the kids.
So, what was the region like? What were the people like?
Oh, they were friendly. Like I didn't realize how friendly they were gonna be. You'd walk up the mountain and they're sitting in their like the windows of their houses and they're just watching you go up the mountain. And some of the kids are saying hi, speaking in Spanish, just saying hola. And we would just say hola back. And they were just waving and like really happy that we were there. And yeah, I think they were just really happy we were helping out their community. Yeah, and do you want to add?
So, did you make any lasting friendships or?
A couple with like the people that like worked there as missionaries also.
Bridges?
We did it through a company or organization called Bridges. I became friends with like a few of those missionaries, and I feel like the people that lived in Peru that I really like got to know were like little kids, and so it's just like, just pray for them. Probably won't ever see them again.
Yeah, yeah. Well, we do have a trivia winner, Gianna Ochoa. She knew the question, what is the first sacrament we receive? And she should, because her mother is a DRE at St. Joe's. So,
Oh, okay.
so even though you would know it anyway, Gianna, because you go to Catholic school. So her name will be in the drawing and we'll draw at 6 o'clock for a $50 gift certificate to Messenger. So it would be a great gift for yourself, or you could buy a great gift for your mother. So, also, we received $500 from Alan and Gloria Brungart. Thank you, Alan and Gloria. You guys are just so awesome. We keep Alan in our prayer. We know he's dealing with some health issues. And Lewis and Allison Ochoa donated $50. So, keep up the good work, everybody. The number to call for a donation, if you want to text, if you want to, comment on social media, it'll get through to us. So, the number to call, 785-621-4110. So tell me, you're college students, you got a lot of things going on. So what makes you decide to go on a mission trip?
For me, I was honestly, I was marking a lot off my bucket list. I'd never been on a plane, never been out of the country. I never been to the beach, and I saw both the oceans. I was crossing things off my bucket list, which is really exciting. And then, just like the ways we kept in the Lord on the trip, like for some of us, just when we were waiting to get, on the plane and stuff, we said the rosary together. Holy hour on the beach. That's something you're not gonna. I won't probably do for a while, and so that was just awesome. And of course, we'd ask questions about the faith, and then we had a guy at our hotel in Miami who had been to church with us. Like, we did church in the kitchen area downstairs, and so I'm glad they let us do that. And so we got to have mass every day, and he came one of the days. I think just one, but it was the first time he'd been to mass in 30 years, and I think just that is just maybe the reason another reason we got delayed. He was allowed to, he got to come to mass again. And
Okay, run that by me again. There is somebody that didn't. Were they in Peru? How did you meet this person?
They worked at the hotel. Sorry,
like in Miami.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the hotel we were staying at.
And they came to church for the first time in 30 years because you were staying at the hotel.
Yeah, I think it was like Chuck or father or Christine. Chuck and Christine are two of the missionaries that went. I think they just invited him, and he was like, I haven't been in a while. Like, yeah, why not?
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. What a presence you have. You were meant to be there for overnight.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then a lot of people on spring break, they'll go and they'll hang out with friends or with family, but to do this knowing that we're just spreading the faith more and more, and not just where we're at, but we're doing it in a different country, in such a poor area. It's a mind-blowing experience as well, knowing that you got to take things for granted. The air we breathe is just so much better, just that simple thing. The air we breathe is so much more, I think, pure. Up there, I feel like they're just breathing in dirt every day, and it's the roads are bumpy, and their houses aren't the fanciest, and but there's I kept saying this quote throughout the whole thing, and they have so little but so much. With the little they have, they just spread so much joy, and they're just smiling, and it doesn't look like it affects them as much as we think it would. So I think just seeing that on the trip was worthwhile for me, and that's kind of something I take back from it.
So do you have anything to add?
I mean, it's kind of exactly what Hunter said. What about Tyler?
I was going to say Tyler.
Yeah.
I was going to direct the next question at Tyler. Get you in on this conversation. Who were some of the priests and religious brothers or sisters that you met? Tyler, this is for you. Are you sleeping?
No, I'm not very good with names. I don't remember their names, but there was a priest from the University of Nebraska that was there with us in Peru, and my cousin went to Nebraska, and it was really cool that he actually just came back from Rome visiting my cousin, and so I gotta even though I've never met this guy before, we knew similar people, so we just bonded really quickly, and that was really cool.
Yeah. So what were your days like? Tell us, you get up in the morning, did you start it with prayer? I mean, how did that all, give me a typical day.
So
on the mission?
we woke up and started it with mass, I think.
Yeah.
And then we had breakfast. And then we would get on the bus to go to the mountain, and then we climbed up the mountain, and then we worked for a few hours till it was
3, I think.
till
Something like
lunch.
that.
And then we went to this like soccer field, I guess. That's like
It's
where all
like
the
a
kids
concrete.
played.
It's like a huge thing of like where you play basketball. It's like this big concrete square, I'll call it. And so they would play like kick the soccer ball. They had some basketball goals. We'd put the kids on our shoulders and run around. And they also like to steal our hats and like switch them, which was really funny. So they would be like switching hats and like tackling each other. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah. So we would go down and play with them. And then we would have lunch like all together, just like everyone that was there. The big group of people with like the families and the kids. We'd all eat lunch. And then we'd walk down the mountain. And then we would get back to the retreat center. And then we'd like shower, change,
Yeah.
and then pray a holy hour.
Yeah.
And then we'd eat dinner and then go to bed.
And sometimes I think it switched, didn't it? One day, like we had holy hour in the morning and mass at night or something. Or maybe was that the last day?
Yeah, whenever
Yeah.
we like left, we had mass right before we left.
So were there any travel issues coming home?
No.
No,
Isn't that something? It's
Yeah.
like somebody was keeping you from going there.
yeah,
Yeah. And why Peru? Why was Peru
Well,
chosen?
originally,
Because
Oh,
that
sorry,
group,
yeah.
the group you associated with for the mission chose that. Is that correct?
Well, first, it was supposed to be
Yeah.
Ecuador.
yeah.
And
they're
then
in a
they were like in a civil war.
Yeah.
And
Oh.
so Focus was like, yeah, actually, we're not going to send you guys there because we don't want you to, get injured and not be able to come home. And so they changed it to Peru. And so that was kind of like last minute, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think they were like talking with like the government too, just to be like going back and forth, like, hey, is it safe? Is it not? Like, because I think it had to be like a certain stage, and then you can't go. Like, they won't let you in the country. I think or something like that.
How many were in your group again?
25.
Yeah.
25. That was from Hayes.
Yes.
How about the whole were there? You said there were missionaries from other places. Also,
Yeah, there
Yeah.
was other groups.
but they were doing different jobs or different.
Yeah, some of them would make
tasks.
like some of them use like make cement and create stairs. I don't really know. That's the only one job I remember. So making stairs.
Yeah, it was
but-
we all kind of did the same things. We just went with like different like families and like communities, I guess.
Oh, I see. Okay.
And so like we the group from Fort Hayes stayed with like the same people the entire time we were there, and same with like K-State went, and they stayed with like the same group of people that lived in Peru the whole time.
And then then when we left, there was more schools coming. I don't remember all the schools exactly, but I know when we left there was already 2 that would I don't know if they were doing the same jobs as we were. I assume they were kind of just replacing us. I think like every couple weeks someone new people come and help, I think.
So Tyler, were you one of those working with cement?
Yes, my job was picking up rocks and throwing them into the wall so that we didn't have to use so much cement. The rocks would like displace it a little more so that you didn't have to use so much like concrete mix, so we could get more use out of it.
Uh-huh.
And it was a great, like, on the mountain was the most peace I've ever felt and most joy I've ever felt, even though we were doing such like hard labor and it was hot. Like, it was like I was just free and just floating, and just like you could feel God's presence on that mountain, even though we were doing just hard labor. It was just amazing.
Wow. And you girls are shaking your head. So did you feel the same thing?
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
it was incredible. It was just like you didn't have to worry about anything when you're up there.
Wow. So we do have to climb the mountain to find God, huh? Like Moses and everybody. So, what were some of the hardest things you did?
Leaving, for sure.
Really?
Yeah.
For only being there for like 3-4 days, I'm like, I felt like we didn't. I felt that we didn't get to help them as much because we were supposed to be there on Monday, not Wednesday. So I felt like we didn't get our full time there, and they didn't get our full use out of ourselves. Yeah, so it was hard to leave, but I was at the same time almost ready to go just because of how much of a struggle it was to get there. But you got to remember why you're there too. But it was good. I would go there again.
And you think, Tyler, too, the hardest thing was to leave?
Oh, 100%.
Really?
I mean, I don't get emotional, and I was crying when we were leaving. Like, there were two guys I was working with up on the mountain. Their names were Jorge and Carlos, and neither of them spoke English. And so I said, adios, amigos. And they said, goodbye, my friend, in English.
Oh.
And I just lost it. It was like, I just don't want to leave. Like, I just want to stay and be around these guys. It's like, they just showed so much love. Like, yes, they don't have everything in the world, but they have an abundance of love. And it was just awesome to experience.
Wow, we could all experience that.
Yeah.
We do have a donation that came in from Dean and Julie Hazelhorse. They
Oh.
pledged. Do you know that?
I'm related to them.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
How? Tell me how.
I think they're my great uncle and aunt. So I think it's my grandpa's brother is Dean Hazelhorse. So,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. It's my husband's first cousin. Dean's my husband's first cousin, too.
Oh my gosh. Small world. There's a lot of Hazelhorse and Hayes.
Yeah.
So
So thank you, Dean and Julie, for your generous donation. And Colby has been in our prayers. He's recovering from an accident. I understand he's doing pretty well. So
yeah. They're already talking about prosthetics. So it sounds like he's doing really well.
Yeah. Okay, so let's get back to our questions. What would you say was the most rewarding thing about being there?
Probably finishing the wall. Like, we were only there for like a couple days, and we built an entire wall.
What was the purpose of that wall?
To keep rocks from falling down onto like houses and.
Oh, yeah, it's important.
Yeah. Yeah, that and I think the reward in itself is just seeing them. Sometimes I just look and watch just people like interacting with each other and watching the kids, and even though like a lot of us we're not fluent in Spanish, but just the fact that we could get some sentences out and talk to them. And I know there was like I sat with a little girl and I was able to speak a little bit of Spanish back and forth and kind of interpret what she was saying and communicate with her, and that was pretty special. So I think just the bonds with the kids, and then I talked a little bit to a lady named Veronica. She's very sweet. She didn't speak much English either, but we talked back and forth. And so I think just talking to other people and getting to know them, and just kind of focusing why you're there. You're not there just to help them, but maybe just like create a relationship and just see their life. I think just seeing their life and how just the smiles on their faces, I think was just the biggest reward to me. Like, and I thought my troubles were bad, and I see them, and I'm like, wow, you guys are really happy for what you have, and I think that's something I took back with me. So,
do you have anything to add to that, Tyler? No.
They covered it pretty well.
Okay. So, since you've been back, how has your life changed? How has your trip to Peru, your mission trip, changed your life? Or has it? I should even ask that.
I would say it has. I feel like I've been more like appreciated of like the small things, and just like, I don't need my phone to survive. I don't have to, be up to date on everything that's happening, and like I can be happy with like the small things and just like being around people.
Well, that's a novel idea. You don't need your phone to survive. That's true. My husband and I leave the house and we say, "Are you taking your phone?" It's like we never used to take phones. You don't remember those days, but we do. So, how about you?
Oh man. Gosh. I think it has like just again like being appreciative of what you have and not taking things for granted. Things can happen in an instant, and change your life, but also like the people, the friends like you make on the trip, or the people you try to connect with. I'm coming back. I was trying to keep connected with them, create bonds with people because we did this thing called testimonies. So you kind of talk about your life through the Catholic faith and how it's helped you, be who you are today. And after that, I kind of said some things that like I was thinking about at the time, and then I came back and just trying to keep bonding with people and know that like you always got somebody with you. You're not alone in anything. Not only do you have God by your side, but also the people at the campus center. I'm like, these are people who probably think the same ways that you do or similar, especially in the faith. And so just like trying to keep those connections, I think has been a big thing.
Yeah. So we have about 15 more minutes. So do you want to talk about focus? What is focus for people who might not know, and how did you all come to work with focus?
So Focus is they're missionaries that are sent to college campuses. I don't think they get to pick where they go. They're just like sent there, just like full Holy Spirit. And they lead Bible studies, discipleship. Discipleship is just like walking with the students, like very personally. You become like friends with them, and you just like live life together while both of you are growing in your faith. So they lead that. Then whenever we have like adoration, they do prayer teams. And so basically what that is you could go up to them and be like, hey, this is what I need, like prayers for. Or like, can you pray for me for like, a test or something, or like my family's struggling in this area. And you just sit there and they pray over you. They just like, let the Holy Spirit guide them to like what they say. And then they take us on mission trips. And they're really there just to like lead people to Christ, to get people to go to mass. And it's just like inviting them in like small ways, like, hey, I'm gonna go get coffee. Do you want to come with me? We could talk, about your faith. We could talk about whatever you want, and just like growing together as Catholics.
Yeah. I'm going to throw out the 5:30 trivia question before we run out of time. This is your last chance to answer a trivia question, 16 and under, and your name will be put in a drawing for a $50 gift certificate that we will draw out at 6 o'clock. So here's the question. And the number to call is 785-621-4110. So get your dial ready. Which of these people did Jesus raise from the dead? Which of these people did Jesus raise from the dead? Mary Magdalene, St. Thomas, Peter's brother, or Lazarus? This should be a good question, 16 and under. Which of these people did Jesus raise from the dead? Mary Magdalene, St. Thomas, Peter's brother, or Lazarus? 785-621-4110. So what made you all decide to be a Focus missionary? Did you get out of college and just not know what else to do, or what?
We are actually still in college, so we're not missionaries.
Oh, you're not missionaries.
No.
Okay. Okay, I thought you were. Are you, Tyler?
I am not.
Okay, I thought you all were Focus missionaries, but you went with the Focus missionary team.
Yeah.
You are Catholic disciples.
Yep.
So tell us about what's going on with Catholic disciples.
There's a lot.
Yeah.
We try to be very active on campus. So Mostly for Wednesdays is kind of our bigger days. Each week at 8 o'clock, we always do something different. So we'll do ABC night, which is Adoration, Benediction, Confession. We're actually doing Adoration Under the Stars tomorrow. Tonight.
It's
Oops, my bad. Tonight, if anyone wants to join.
And Bishop Finke's coming?
I believe so.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I saw that in the bulletin.
Yeah, and then so each week we do something different. We'll have different people come do different talks. We've had different speakers talk about like marriage, just different topics in the Catholic faith. Father has put on a couple times.
Give us an idea of some of the topics you've had this year.
We just had one 2 weeks ago about marriage. This couple, they talked about just like marriage and faith. Or no, sorry, scratch that. There's 3 groups. There's they had like someone who was kind of newer in their relationship, marriage, someone in the middle, and someone older. And so they kind of talked about like their journey and how they kept the faith in their marriage. And like a couple of like the husbands weren't even like married, or like when they were married, they weren't Catholic. So the fact that they came into the Catholic Church kind of after a while was really cool. We've talked about we had someone talk about like anxiety and like different like mental health issues. I don't remember.
We had
There's so many.
we had someone we had a couple talk about like it was like a men's and women's night, and so like
That's
they
right.
talked together to like everyone, and then they the guys went with the guy and they talked about like I don't know guy things, and then the girls stayed with the woman, and she just talked to us about like being a woman and just like relationships as a woman and being Catholic.
Yeah. So what did the guy talk about, Tyler?
I was not at that one.
Okay.
I don't go to school in Hayes anymore. I go to Beloit, NCK Tech Beloit,
Oh, okay.
but I make it back whenever I can. The campus center. I went to school in Hayes for 2 years and played football there, and the campus center really saved my life. Really, I was really depressed and in a bad mental state, and the campus center was kind of like my rock. It was like I could always go there, and like if I needed somebody to talk to, like I knew somebody was going to be there to listen. And like Father Andy is just a great guy, and he's usually there. And like I had so many questions on my faith, and who's better to ask than the priest?
Right. So who invited you to come to the campus center, or did you just go there on your own?
It was a focus missionary that's not there anymore. His name's Trevor Wayman. He invited me to his Bible study, and I was like, I don't know how I feel about God, and like I don't know what I feel. He's like, just try it, and it was amazing. They invited me to Ash Wednesday Mass, and it was a candlelight mass, and I cried my eyes out the whole time. And then I just like the campus center became like my safe place. So then I just go there all the time.
So how are you keeping your faith alive in Beloit? They got a pretty nice church up there.
They do. I met with Father Jarrett Conradi. He's a priest in Beloit, and just like I'll check up with him sometimes. And they have adoration 24/7 from Monday to Thursday, so I try to get in there at least once a week. And I try to make it back to Hayes whenever I can. Try to make the talks or just see friends that I've missed and talk to Father Andy. It's been going pretty good so far.
Yeah. It's quite a drive to come on a weeknight though.
It is.
Yeah. That's a great commitment.
Not fun Thursday morning.
Yeah.
Trying to wake up the flesh.
Yeah. So, well, praise God. And thank you for your testimony there. We do have a winner of our trivia. It's Andrew Ochoa. So I think that's a brother of Gianna. So we got the Ochoa family in the as trivia winners and in the drawing for 6 o'clock. So stay tuned, guys, and we will see who wins that $50 gift certificate to Messenger. Okay, so tell me some other, like, what kind of speakers do you bring in?
How did they? I don't even know.
And somebody was telling me
um,
something about a dance, or do you do dances?
Yeah, we have
and-
two. We just had one. Last weekend. Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. A wine and cheese. So you just dress. You have a theme, dress up. It's kind of like a prom, but kind of in college, I guess. So you just you just dress up and have fun. Eat snacks, dance. And then we had one around Christmas time as well. So they just do 2 a year. And then we have mass on Sundays. We have 3 different mass times: 9, 11, and 6 on Sunday. And then we have daily mass every day, 5:45. And then we'll do night prayer as well at night. A group of us, whoever's there, we'll just do it. Sometimes they do it in the morning too.
Like morning prayer.
Yeah,
Right.
morning prayer.
I
sorry.
knew
Yeah,
night prayer
yeah.
wasn't. Although it wouldn't be unusual for college students to pull nighters.
Yeah, and then we did. Then we had an Ash Wednesday mass, and during Ash Wednesday, we actually would go to the Union, and we'd set up at different days, but we especially did that, and we'd ask people like, "What are you giving up for Lent?" and ask them different questions, and we had people like put sticky notes up there, and like we had our whole board was like filled every day, and so we try to get in the Union as well and do that. Try to do stuff on campus, and I don't know much else.
For the dances, the one in winter is like a more formal one. And then the one that we just had, it's like a themed one. This year, just happened to be like we did Old Hollywood as a theme, and so we all dressed up super nice. But like last year, it was decades themed, and so it's like a little more like laid back and fun. Whereas like the winter gala is just like super nice and
Yeah. And yeah, we did that at the Fox, and then the one we just had, we did it at Rosewood. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what kind of dancing do you do?
swing dancing and
line
that's
dancing.
cool.
dancing.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're
That's kind of
pretty
it.
we're pretty big into that. After ABC nights, we have kind of a little back patio area,
Uh-huh.
and so we'll like hang out and like we'll just put on music and start dancing, and that's kind of become more of a tradition to do, and that's pretty fun. So
Yeah. And it's just innocent fun and a good way to, get to meet other people too and
Yeah.
get to know them better. So what was your favorite speaker for this year so far?
oh my gosh.
Probably the one on anxiety. That one was a really good talk.
Oh, yeah? Was it somebody local?
Catherine.
Denitzo.
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
she's from Beloit.
She
Yeah,
she
that's
came
right.
down and talked to us. It was a really good talk.
What did you learn from it? Teach me.
I don't know if I could. Just kind of like understanding anxiety and just like the Catholic view on like, mental illnesses and just like how you can help anxiety as like a Catholic, and like you don't have to, just push it down and be like, oh, God will take care of everything. Like it's, an actual problem.
So can you recognize it in like your fellow classmates if they have?
Probably
and-
not.
I think I could. I have anxiety, so it's when you have it's kind of easier to find it. As like someone for me, like I'm definitely in that like state, like dude, yeah, it's me and God. Like that's all I need is God. Like I got this. I think I can handle it. And there's days where just like, man, it's bad. I'm like, you got to reach out. And so I guess for anyone who's listening, you're not alone. Even though you might hide it really well and think that nobody notices, but just reach out to people, let them know you're struggling. Friends want to know if you're struggling, and so that they can help you. The only way they know, some people, the only way they know is if you tell them, especially if you like me and you hide it really well. So
There's
so you
no shame in it.
yeah, you don't have to it's not just between you and God. just find someone you can connect with and trust, and be like, hey, can you sit down with me a minute? I want to tell you what's going on, and talk through it. So, yeah.
So the final question, and Tyler, you can get in on this too, since you've had such a good experience at the campus center. If somebody's going to come into college next year, why should they come to the campus center?
That's a good one.
I would say there's like I have met like my best friends there, and like they've really good like Catholic friendships, and like I know that I can go to these people for everything, and it's such a safe place. Just like I can be myself, and not have to worry about like being bashed or something for being Catholic. I come from Wichita, and so it's a big thing to just like not be Catholic, I guess. I don't know about here in Hayes, but like it's really nice to just like know that there's a place that I can be Catholic.
For me, I as a freshman, I think I can put a little bit more experience into this. Coming into it, I didn't really know many people going to Fort Hayes, and so I was worried. I was like, how am I going to make friends? Like, where am I going to go? But I wanted to keep going into my Catholic faith, and knowing that the church is literally like right next to campus is so amazing. You can just walk to it. I would just walk across the bridge and I go to the camp center all the time. Like, if I'm not in class, I'm in there. I'm not in my dorm ever.
So do they have study places for you to study over there?
Yeah, some people study in the lounge. They also we have a little library, let people close the door and study in there. And then there is like a focus missionary room, and so they let you go in there if you need to.
Or you could like sit in the offices with Sandy and just do your homework in there.
Yeah. Yeah, going into there. And so actually when I did my tour, that was one of the places I wanted to go. I'm like, I don't know who's all going to be in there, but I'm like, I wanted to go. And so, yeah, I think it took my dad, and him and I went in there and we walked around and checked it out. And I knew this is where I was going to be a lot in the next year. And I was right. I'm there all the time. So it's a good place to not only meet people, and there's a ton of incoming freshmen, I feel like. And so knowing that you're all, new to college life, and then you can ask questions from those who are, older, and they help you with, battling college life and schoolwork. Some of us will take classes together, and so you can help each other out there. Yeah, and just knowing that you can be a Catholic, not afraid to be a Catholic and to be more involved, and confidently can say, yeah, I'm, maybe I go to daily mass every day. I didn't before going to Fort Hayes. I didn't know daily mass was a thing. So yeah, I go to daily mass, and I go to confession once a month. And I'm kind of keeping more of a routine as a Catholic college student, which I think is really important.
Yeah. That's great. Okay, so Hunter, Alex, and Tyler, thank you so much for your time. Appreciate it. You have a great evening, and semester's almost at an end, isn't it?
Yeah.
Is our finals next week?
I have one tomorrow.
Yeah. Oh, tomorrow.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, and next week's the last week.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. And what are your plans for the summer?
For me, I'm actually going to be I believe they call us a missionary for Totus Tuus at the Diocese of Dodge City. So I'll be doing that this summer, which I've never done it before. So I never did Totus Tuus growing up. So this will be a good experience. So
yeah. I'm gonna go home and probably like work with my my family. We have a swim team that my dad runs.
Oh, okay.
Probably work there.
Yeah. And Tyler?
I'm gonna work at Candy Clip in Ellsworth and help my on this farm.
Yeah. Okay, very good. Well, thank you all for coming in. We really appreciate it, and God bless you as you finish out this semester and continue your education.
Thank you.
And whatever the future holds for you.
Yeah.
God be with you.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Thanks so much for coming in. So you can go ahead and go out. So pretty soon we're going to come in, and we'll have Nathan and Michael come in, and they're going to be doing the drawings for all the prizes. And we'll find out who our trivia winner is. So you still have 8 minutes to call in and donate. 785-621-4110. Thank you, girls. So Michael Sodegi's our volunteer this and he's leaving. So bye, Michael. So everybody's leaving, getting ready for their weekend. And we'll start you off on a weekend. Maybe you'll be a lucky winner here. So just stay tuned. You might take some of those chairs out and see where we're at. So what are we going to do first here? Trivia. Okay, so who's our trivia winner for today? You might have to turn your mic up. Let me just a second. That's 3. Okay, go for it.
It is Lynn Dowling.
Lynn Dowling. Okay, very good. St. Nicholas of Myra Church.
All right.
Okay, so what is our first prize, Nathan?
First prize is going to be the Bose Smart Speaker, donated by David and Janet Schmidt, owners of Dave's Auto Repair here in Hayes.
Do you have a list here it is. Yeah, I'll say it on the air.
Okay.
So the first prize is a Bose Smart Speaker donated by Dave and Janet Schmidt, owners of Dave's Auto Repair here in Hayes. So who wants to draw for that?
Oh, okay.
Don't look. Close your eyes. Reach in there. Stir the pot. Pick a name. Who do we have?
Oh. Okay.
Geraldine.
Troy and Geraldine Chippers.
Shippers. Okay.
All right. Rotate.
Troy is on our board of directors. Congratulations, Troy. Okay. And the next prize would be a 1987 silver-proof Eagle coin donated by Dustin Rose, owner of Diamond R Jewelry. So who won that?
It is Jim and Shirley Dinkle.
Jim and Shirley Dinkle. All right. Shirley volunteered this week for us, and so we appreciate that. Okay, now this is another really nice gift. It's a handmade ladder rosary, and whoever wins this is a beautiful rosary, let me tell you.
Okay. Glenn and Anita Newberger.
All right. I'll take that with me. That's my brother. That was the ladder rosary. Oh, you guys will love this. This is beautiful. Okay, and then we have a barbecue gift set donated by Kelly Koenig, owner of Horizon Appliance and Electronics.
It is Gilbert and Lorraine Brungart.
Okay.
That's not Bishop
No.
Okay.
No.
Different.
They're Brungard.
Yes. I see her in church. I could take that if you have it. Do you have it?
Yes.
Okay. I can take that with me too. Okay. And the next is a hand-woven bracelet, hand-carved limestone cross, wax reveal candle by Kathy Shookman of Gat's Hallmark. Who won that one?
Dean Newberger.
That's my brother too.
You can go back and watch the live streams. We promise we're mixing them up.
Yes. Stir 'em. Dean Newberger won that. All right. I can take his too. Okay. $100 gift certificate to Hickok Steakhouse. Donated by Oscar Ryan, Greg Whitehair, and Damian Hoare, owners.
Father Richard
Days.
Danes.
Father Rich Days. Okay. He just came out ahead today, didn't he? Won the picture, and I think God's with you, Father Rich. Okay, this will be for the Men's Divine Mercy Radio shirt in your size and logo. And Nathan will contact you about this. Who won that?
Yes.
Okay. Chris and Nicole Corsair.
Chris. How do you spell that last name? C-O-R-S-A-L-T. Okay. Nathan will be contacting you next week. And now we have the last prize is a Women's Divine Mercy Radio shirt in your size and the logo of your station.
Blasey. Leo Blasey.
Father Leo Blasey.
Father Leo Blasey. All right, Father Leo. He can keep it or he can give it for someone else. So that's it. So Nathan, where are we at financially? We got 2 minutes. Did we reach 85,000? 86,000. All right. We reached $86,820. Our goal was $125,000. So there's always donations that come in after the Care-a-thon. So if you didn't get a chance to call in this week, you can always call next week or send your check to Divine Mercy Radio, 108 East 12th Street, Hayes, Kansas. And gosh, thank you all so much that made this. This is Nathan's first Care-a-thon that he had to manage himself. So I think you did a pretty good job, Nathan.
I had a pretty good teacher.
Pretty exhausting.
Exhausting.
Yeah,
but
it's
I
exhausting.
had a good teacher, and the
Yeah.
Holy Spirit was with the station this week, and everyone who was listening. So thank you all who helped out with volunteering.
The
with
guests were
donating.
great.
The guests were pretty good. Yeah, they were
I think I
excellent.
listened. I had a
enjoyed.
great time listening.
I didn't realize you don't get to listen to a lot of them
Yeah.
because you're working so much in here, but it's always fun to go back and turn it into a one body or a sword show, and then you get to hear more of it, and that's pretty exciting. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, from what I did hear, they were excellent interviews.
If I
So,
didn't have something going on, I like a physical therapy, or I had what we have this morning, famous figures. I was glued. I was glued.
Well.
Lester always watches news at 5. I said, not this week.
So you heard all the little mistakes I probably made too, but
I noticed by the end of the week it was a very smooth transitions.
we're all pretty tired by now, though. But
Yeah,
it was a
yeah.
good week, though. So.
And there's always, you haven't done anything I haven't done. So
as long as I don't do the same thing again.
yeah, so you're doing just fine. So are we ready to turn back to the network? It's
believe so.
5:59.
Yep,
Thank you all. God bless you. And you're the ones who make this station. We can't do it without you. So thank you so much. Signing off. We'll return to Catholic Answers.
Make sure we're